the entire plan will be pretty much in the phases wise, and okay, this is a very dedicated learning scale for you because you have worked as a project manager for the cyber security side and all that. So we'll be doing anything in the phases minor. Okay, phase one, phase two, phase three, and phase four. That is your entire learning journey for 60 days. Okay,
Okay.
so first is the whatever the foundations which you have to learn for the as a senior leader, because since you are having around 17 years of experience in managing the operations from the cyber security side and all that, from the referential resume what you have shared yesterday. So this
Mm-hmm.
has been designed for you from my curriculum team. Okay, so this
Okay.
is their understanding. Okay, literally.
Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you have implemented, IAM, PAM infrastructure managements and all that kind of a stuff. And hopefully you are more towards an, infrastructure related, administration related, and you have worked with, ERP systems, HCM systems, and all these ecosystems. Right. So to get involved into the AI, basically, how do you really manage that identity control systems in the AI? What could be that enterprise level transformation leadership? Because if I sit down and ask you to write this what do you say, write and code in the present scenario, I pretty much believe that you cannot, right?
Yeah, right.
So right. So you are more on towards, administration positions, and while you have worked with these ERPs and HCMs and CRMs, and in this in a way, and where you have seen that program delivery, how it is getting delivered, while
Mm-hmm.
enabling those security controls and identity modernizations and all that. So this is your current standing, and if you have seen, this is your current standing. Okay. So this is where you have joined hands with the foundries, and your position by end of this 8 weeks should become in such a way. Basically,
Right.
whatever you are doing, that specialization should recall in your positioning. So you should be saying that, I am a senior enterprise technology leader with 17 plus years of an experience across cyber security and whatever the other stuff. So how are you modernizing these particular applications such as ERP and everything? So this is your positioning, and your standing has to be there. So to do this, your dedication and your time for these next four phases, which will be divided into days from 1 to 15 days, and 16 to 30, and 31 to 45, and 46 to 60. And in first 15 days, there will be lot of foundational level, understanding of AI at a senior level. This cannot be compiled with a junior guy or a fresher or somebody else. Okay. See, there will be few terminologies, there will be few understandings, each and every person will be understand, right? So there is a difference between how much food a senior person eats and then a junior guy and a mid-level guy. So that's how we have dedicatedly, given out. So whatever that groundwork which you have to do to get that foundational, the course mapping, which is 0 to 1 LLM, which has been already happened to you, and this entire curriculum and everything will be landed in the LMS platform which you have access towards. And that language is very much important. And as you do this, so there would be the case studies which you have to do, and there would be few of the stuff where you have to start writing them also. Okay, it is give and take kind of a stuff. So over here, it is not an a session or a training stuff which happens in Amirpet or completely like that. Okay, so you have to put out your efforts also for these all these different phases, literally. So in every phase of completion for every 15 days, there would be a capstone based project which you have to come out. So that's how it will be there. So AI opportunities across cyber security and everything. This is what we'll discuss, and this is what a capstone project which you will do your own research on that, and you will come back to us, literally. And this documentation, titling, and everything, we will take care. I mean, like, we'll take care in the sense we will review together in these particular one-on-one sessions, literally. And we will find out those gaps of what you have to do and what you have to not do. So that's how the entire phases will keep evolving, and that evolution will happen, literally. Okay.
Right.
So, right. So this is your entire curriculum for the next 60 days, literally. And what you will do, so whatever I have told you, it is in the phase wise and in the days wise also. Okay, in the weeks and ranges and everything. And now what you will find is in weekly, in first week. For this week, what we are going to do is you will be understanding the language of AI. That is very, very much essential when you are a senior person. When somebody comes in front of you and when they say that, hey Satish, can you please deploy a RAG into this particular server, into this particular, field and everything, then you should not get, astonished, or you should not get, you know, saying a new surprise. So that is the reason why the entire glossary will come out to you, okay, in this particular week. And then in the second week, you will be understanding the IT operations and enterprise automations, how they are doing. For example, there are hundreds of, agents which are happening, right? So what are those agents? How the agentic nature will happen? When we are saying automation, this itself is a very elaborated word, to be frank enough, right? So there are a lot of fine tunings which has to happen with respective to the AI and how AI is going to deliver this. So weekly, these are the milestones which we'll be covering, and in the week also you will have to do that rigorous amount of work. It has to happen from you. So there will be the outcomes for each and everything. So just like how we have practical output which we are going to produce in days from 46 to 48 is you will be having a new executive bio. Your positioning has to be ultimately this, literally. Okay. So
Okay.
whatever I have showed you on the top, this is how you position yourself in the industry. Okay, it is not like regular guy who has created a resume by helping with the help of the chat GPT and all that kind of a stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
so hope I'm clear what is the agenda and how we are driving this from here, right? And the expectation which I'm mapping it to you right now, it's right. So
I
that's
have
where
few questions that I
let's
may
complete this
be.
and let's accommodate your
Yeah.
questions one by one. Okay.
Right.
So that we can take that session pretty easily. Okay. And then in each and every week, this is what you'll be doing, and what is a specialized recommendation. This entire documentation and everything will be shared to you. Okay. And this is how the learning methodology and the learning conceptual will be taken care for you. Okay. And
Yep.
by end of this course, this is what we would expect from you, basically. And this is a final delivery what we'll be doing. Okay, so you'll be getting that, glossary of what it is and use cases, how you have to play around with the use cases, and what is that AI cyber security roadmap, and how do you really, get into that IAM PAM AI blueprint and all that. And I believe and I hope that you have an laptop and you have your own setup for these stuff, right? Because any mode of operation, what we believe right now, a guy carries a laptop and a phone. That is a minimum infrastructure what people will be having, pretty much, right? So this all this work to be get completed, those are the essential needs, and one of the top priority is that dedication, discipline, and maintaining this consistency over all these phases what we are going to do. Okay. Yeah. So I'll stop sharing my screen over here, and we can jump on the questionnaires and we can brainstorm. Okay.
Right. I want